can start hitting a lot of those shots more often, then I think that the reliability of Exter, complemented by that just indescribable gameplay that we've seen from Kane's era, can really help Envy win. But they still need to win against Stelli, which, to be fair, they've had the tape from yesterday to review against them. They saw TSM disassemble Envy on this map, so they've got a couple of ideas. It's really whether or not they can execute on it.
You're really channeling the fan base for your Envy critiques right now. Just hit your shots, Kappa.
Well, okay. I guess you can summarize it like that.
No, it's okay. You're smarter than that. You're better than that. Zord is going to let that Hunter's Fury go as they hear the spike go down. Inspire on one of his classic adventures. How much does he get? That's one down. So now the break back in for Stellae is clean. But they don't have a flank. So waiting for Zenatsu to re-up. Yeah, they'll give him the rifle. See if they can try and break even on both of these prongs. Paranoia for the wide art. Now you've got to watch the bridge. Stellae managing very well. And Tisora just running it down. Good lord. Smoke on the spike to start getting some pressure in Stellae. They will duke it out. Tisora running back onto it. The spray through is good just in time, but Zenatsu given the stage to clear it away. Is there enough time for this? Nope. Envy have stalled enough.
It just feels so coordinated and rehearsed. I'm so impressed right now by Stelli Gaming. Obviously coming in here as Brazil's #1 seed. SW going down in the early round there. But when it comes down to that level of teamwork right now, Stelli Gaming almost look unstoppable.
One more round to seal this half away. Just try and play preventative as long as they can. Nothing meeting them this time on the B side after the early fight in mid. Deals with SW, so no divide to re-enter with. You have two other ults though. Tisora ready at a moment's notice to go for this backstab. Envy! Woo! Wow, everyone met. And Exter continuing to just play off of himself, not need any of the help that his team was more than willing to provide. Zenatsu has to be obvious at some stage, and that's a great way to start. Lightspeed into the first frag. Kane's era manages after the extension into the open field, and it will be a 4th on the board. Yeah. Oh, the other thing is, obviously, nerves have been such a big part of this tournament so far, is it's taken a couple rounds for players to get warm, even now that they've already played matches on the stage. I can only assume these teams will continue to get better. These players will continue to get more locked in. Stellae, another unorthodox extension through mid here now on the save, and Poppin will meet the first stack. Nice spray to pad some stats.
Yeah, it'll be looking good. And honestly, like, Poppin has been a player that obviously is calling for Envy, but I think has just been doing such a good job with utility as well.
Last player standing. Flawless.
Every frontline met here. Seems like Stellae were just kind of searching for ghosts that round.
Almost winning out that round, but now Envy just 1 round down, 3 in a row. And they're looking like they're firing on all cylinders. Stelli, meanwhile, back down to the Sheriffs, looking for something to happen here, but you can definitely tell this is looking a lot weaker on their attacking half.
Yeah, morale's got to go back their way, and soon. Envy can grab the steering wheel here. It'll be curtains before they know it on Stellae's own pick that they've had in his pocket up until this point in the tournament. There's Kane's era starting to walk down. Hey, you start enabling him, it's already over. Ion feeling himself. And that's it, another instant stopper. Again, it's what we expected from both of these sides. Completely sink or swim. Utter dominance one way or the other. These eco rounds, yeah, Envy doesn't want to let Stellae get a word in edgewise, because otherwise last round's gonna happen. So we're tied up now at 8. Envy has already closed the gap way faster than Stellae opened it.
It really feels like they can just kind of go in there and find these opportunities, kind of snake their way through what's going on and find nice, simple, easy kills. And that just is so much more difficult right now for Stelli to kind of handle with. It's going to be a change up this time, though. They're going towards A instead of B. And they do have weaponry here, as well as a couple of really key ultimates. I wonder if this is going to be another Cosmic Divide round to kind of secure that site.
Zenatsu feeling pretty free in this backstab. Sidu gonna just clear the board with the Hunter's Fury, get a couple ticks, and Stellae can finish the crowd pretty easily. That's beautifully done on the drop by Tisora. Good God. Exter is back in and pokes at Zenatsu, so Stellae can't overextend. Now they have this Heaven presence, but you still gotta wait for Ion to get back, right? No, Poppin gets a kill before the Cosmic Divide goes down, so it's 3v3.
They should buy just enough time here, but actually Dimensional Drift from Exter, they want to accelerate.
Yeah, just amp it up the moment that Stelli, I think they can disperse, and now Tisora gonna use that ultimate just to poke back into main, and oh, that is awkward. Did he mean to cancel that? Or did he just get poked through? Either way. Envy have now 3 on top of the divide, on top of the smoke. Exter just on top of himself. That's 3 now for the Yoru, and he wants the 4th as well. He will get it. Make a wish, people. We're at 11 all.
Wow. Especially if you are IGLing Envy right now. Obviously, you know these players can kind of play out on their own, but still, you got to make sure you keep your head cool if you want to win out map 1.
Right back in the game, and you've got to go balls to the wall here. W key aggression, Envy trying to get the drop on Stellae, and it might just work. Zenatsu, the only one still on to try to stick this back, and Envy continuing to play slow once they get those smokes on site, and Exter just laying waste on the front line continuously. Gets that 3v2 again in an instant, and is that all the power Envy need to make this round theirs? Flank watch available as well. It seems everything is set up. That spiderweb has been strung to take Envy to game point. Numero 3. Dimensional drift again from this guy. He's just loaded. And again, earthquake-like ultimates. That gives away the position of both. And so you don't have the flank watch anymore. Inspire can turn right back to Guy and catch him. See Zord burned away. And Envy will get another chance.
Because Stelli just backtracked for a second. And so we will go again 15-15 on map number 1 for both of these teams to qualify into playoffs. One of them has to go home.
Endless second chances given to these teams, but eventually for one, they will disappear.
Oh my goodness.
And these extensions, another flank. Now it's SW and Zenatsu working together. So less of a stack here in the back, and Envy, historically, they've tried to fight that out. When that happens, Exter, as always, flashing off of his bloody self. Stack behind him, though, and seeing how much they can get rid of. Kane Zero with the slow orb to prevent Stellae from being the aggressors. This is huge if the timing's good. 3 have flipped the site. Do they sandwich it properly? Ion meeting it early on the cliff jump, and everyone from Envy shreds. Not a single opening works.
Oh man, it's so hard to tell. I mean, obviously Envy being the team that this is the map that they chose, they're extremely confident on this one. They almost looked flawless in actual Challengers Stage 3, but of course we just saw them lose this one to TSM, so at the same time, Stellae Gaming once again might have a little bit more behind them, and most importantly, I'm hoping that Envy are able to cool their heads off after that last loss, because once again, like with how Guy just walked away with that, that's a little bit of a head scratcher and a little bit of a tilter.
Well, the MO is the same as the previous map. Survive on attack, thrive on defense, and Envy will try to survive on this B site to start things out. Popping good for 2 as he'll plant this spike and let Exter get that extension going. Stellae planning to go for the breakout. Poppin revealed on the box, so he's gonna have to step back out into this. No, Saturate's gonna catch him early. He'll have to go for the solo fight as Exter holds the crunch. And that'll get 2, makes Poppin's job so much easier. Envy's up 1-0 off the pistol.
This now opens up a lot more avenues for Envy to explore. Of course, on the other side as well, Stellae also walking with that double duelist composition. To me, I think that the utility usage always looks a little bit better from Stellae Gaming. They just got to make sure that they convert those into kills, or at least stop it when Envy decide to pop off.
Well, Kane Zero with this charge. Gonna start rolling up, seeing how much he can grab.
Okay.
Wow. Modern art.
Did they say this gun was gonna get a nerf anytime soon, or I can't remember.
Well, we'll take a bit of a road trip here. Hunting for Guy.
Here.
But about as certain of a start as you could ask for Envy. You know, hitting the foot to the floor to start things out is so crucial, because so much of winning this defense for Stellae is being able to out foot race them. So if you're able to negate the possibility of a read by just being quicker than them, then it takes care of a lot of the macro for Envy for them.
Yeah, at that point too, like I don't even think that was a well-coordinated play. It was just Kane Zera flying through with the judge.
He's sort of just running it down with that one, but...
And at the same time though, like, it kind of works out perfectly. I mean, with the rest of the team, they just kind of trail behind, get ready for those trades, but so much space is just bought with the judge.
Definitely so much on him to be able to press Envy forward for this attack. Inspire is gonna start lurking. Seeing how slow Envy can get away with playing. Sounds like the bonus. It's a beautiful poke on the Guy. I mean, that is marvelous. start things out. You scared him so
Oh.
hard, and Envy, Inspire's gotten 2 on the lurk up top.
Spike planted.
So Stelli, they gotta poke the bear a little bit here. See if Envy roar back again and give away another body. But, I mean, Inspire's still just hanging out here. That's an easy third. You might just save your rifles at this point, I think. Yeah, you get rid of Inspire, get the hell out of there.
Wow. So much impact just kind of bought by the Cypher on the other side from Envy. Inspire finding a multi-kill is massive because, like we said, Stelli, they've got a very coordinated plan when they do want to retake some of these sites. And we've seen the danger of their retake. And yet still, like, their confidence kind of understanding where some of these players are going to be and not checking Inspire. It just simply cannot happen at this point. And so, as a result of that simple non-check, we see Envy be able to walk away with that third bonus round. You know what? A little bit of a misplay, and honestly, we've seen a couple of rounds now for Envy just kind of fall to some of those very silly mistakes, for lack of better terms. This is a confidence round from Envy. They're rushing in on B.
Yeah, 0 to 100. And Stellae gonna have to just try and maintain this back line. Egster gonna start wreaking havoc. As Sisora will send out his own decoy in response. Yeah, you gotta deal with that. SW, I mean, he has to take time trying to fight this out. And Inspire can just keep holding the market door to see if anybody snakes up from Boba. Stellae is so restricted here, and they don't even have to look at anything. Yeah, get out of there.
Call being made so early as well. I was gonna say, after that last round, like, whenever they seem to storm the castle, there's just no response from Stelli to be able to walk things forwards. And I think that Inspire is a really big part of that equation, because the fact that they've now gotten caught multiple times despite understanding where that Cypher player might be lurking, that just simply cannot happen. It's over before it even begins. KaneZera able to find Tizora as well, dropping down that rifle.
And I wonder where SW is too.
One of my cameras is...
I'm glad Kane didn't switch to a Sage here too. It's nice to see him.
You're never gonna
feel
let that go.
That confidence. No, I won't. Are you kidding? Overdrive now stable as well, so Envy can drive the hammer even harder or softer than they did the previous round, starting to get a range of options for how they can approach what should have been far more locked down. Still plenty of game to go though. Inspire is going to be met very early by Zenatsu this time with the Sheriff in tow. Space him out, box him away, force Envy to kind of bottleneck into this A-Link, and you can do a little bit of spraying on top of that, just with the Sheriffs. In fact, Stellae is just going to step out with the stack, and with the saturate, they find Kane. Now you've got to frag back, and Egster, as always, playing off his own flashes, letting the rest of Envy stack take over. Woo, Egster survives for quite some time, but the pistols can chip away, and it leads this to a 2v2. Still, though, Stellae are the ones that are zoned out. They've got to try and find a way to guarantee this spike is still watched, and so they'll set up a one-way to force Envy to try and skirt. But yeah, Ion can set up the smoke on Link too, so Stellae gonna have to take the long road.
Already getting ahead of things here. Inspire has been so pivotal in this map up to this point. Let's see if he can do it again in this 1v2.
Everything Stellae would need to take this to 2-4. Inspire's web on the one opening that Stellae's approaching. Only the smokes to set up the space. Trap hit.
Camera taken.
Inspire aware. Cam catches. First swings. Flanks onto the second! Inspire finds the pocket and digs out all the change he needs to turn this to 5-1.
They've just been having so much difficulty with that Cypher, and the last couple of rounds they've run it down to push a little bit more fear into his heart. And I think that that's kind of important, to play that intimidation game so that you can make sure that that Cypher does not continue to find immaculate value.
Another bloated entry by Envy. Just overwhelming. And Inspire, this time on cams for the time being. A 3-stack. Pressing in down top mid. You better watch this hard. Inspire gets away with one before SW can close that. And now Envy, again, just an excuse to hyperextend. Take over Boba. KaneZera flaunting that overdrive to play keep away. And so Stellae are inching forward on the vulnerable space. It's now been blocked by the smoke. And so they condense even further. The triple stack right in front of the primary fragments. Recon Dart's gonna catch Egster, just trying to do a little distraction dance. to play for some extra time. And this spider's web is now set up with the personnel. 1 for 1. Kane0 on the low ground makes it easy for the crowd to decimate. And Envy now leads 6-2. A lot of preventative tools to stick a fork in the road.
Cage 3.
CD Zord hasn't been as trigger happy with the Hunter's Furies as Poppin has, though. You assume that he'll kind of use it to split the board. Speaking of which, you got a 2-stack up on B main, Inspire still with the anchor on mid, and of course, the real party's on A. SW, it's sprayed away. Comes with the territory. Oh, that doesn't! Zenatsu catches Inspire. So we can speedrun this retake a little bit.
Yeah. You see that they're all getting grouped up here. I'm so curious to see how they play this one 4v4.
Sidu is so trapped, but Zenatsu is here in time, and he's just gonna spray onto Poppin. Kane0's already down to a shred, and the saturate pressures him stuck in that spot too. There's 2 effective players at the moment, and now there's 2 alive players. The Outlaw from Exeter isn't doing jack either. Everybody's getting fully boxed out this round. Ion gets a free sight on his Zenatsu, though no one's watching this, and Ion is just gonna keep watching. Exeter with the cover fire, and suddenly it's a 1v1 after Guy trades away the face. Flashed away on top of the spike, and the timing is dwindling. Guy just has to hold on top of the flash, but Exeter can count and keep the streak going for North America.
Like, I don't want to call it just quite yet, because obviously I want to see these sides swap around. I do think that Stelli are a little bit better on the defense, statistically speaking, but at this point, like, at the same time, Envy are extremely defensive sided on this map, and well, they've already got 7 rounds in a row, so it's again just looking really good from Envy. And Kane0 right now has been on a tear. A little bit quiet in the previous map, but looking really good. A lot of utility.
Just start taking more and more steps. Use it as a basically dimensional drift to let Poppin get this Hunter's Fury and fully trap away SW.
Exactly.
Brother didn't have a chance. And now the Cypher ulti coming out from Inspire to guarantee the rest of these positions, give Envy a safe ground to stick the spike down and understand just how far they can go from here. And Kane0, oh, he hears it. He sees the potential. He sprays down the crowd and keeps Tisora from getting a word in edgewise. Kane0 just clears out everybody. And it's just Tisora that Kane can deal with too. He is up and running, folks. 8-2 Envy. Now Kane0 is going to test the waters with mid against this eco. Zenatsu, the only one with that rifle and holding that top mid crunch, but Kane's already to it. Tisora meets it with the Sheriff. And yet again, Envy is stunted, but not stopped. Kane got him this far. Creeping onto the B site. A lot of util from Guy to burn away at, and he's actually able to hide away for a moment here.
Oh?
And Tisora breaks out. Guy has been found, so Envy can carve out the first half of this site, but everyone's already here. It's gonna be a full-fledged fight, and you know Envy's ready for that. Ion and Exeter light up the kill feed and keep the streak going.
And so, yeah, obviously, Stellae Gaming moving on to the attack side. Maybe they can show us something new here, but it's just statistically speaking, looking a little bit more favored towards Envy here. And Envy, once again, want to force out that map number 3. One of these teams has to go home. One of these teams qualifies to playoffs. And with how they've been shooting right now, I would not be surprised if Envy find us at map 3.
Definitely looks to be in the books. If all goes well for Envy, 4 rounds, and these pistols have looked pretty solid by them thus far. Kane, once again, ready to meet it. Big crowd, and he's gonna just lean into the bit even heavier until he finds 2.
Down A.
Thanks to Ion's paranoia, he gets an instant reset that clears the crowd. And Stellae left gobsmacked. Must press on into the remaining stack on A site, which is heavy. Ready to unload. Poppin' an extra, take theirs, and instantly end this pistol. Keep that morale fully up and kicking. And continue to make your threats so singular. Your win conditions anywhere. Exeter does have a way out. But he ain't done yet. Stellae is, though. He'll turn tail.
Oh boy.
Go for the other side, and yeah.
Not the judge, man. Don't do it to me again. This time, though, it is in Ion's hands. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. Cam did catch Poppin', but yeah, they must just not have been able to fully swing. Now he choked up here on A main. No access at all here. Stellae cannot trespass a bit.
And like you can see, they're just waiting for those opportunities to try and find something, but just nothing being given up to them. And once again, I think that it's just Envy running them around, you know, playing the aggressive game, pushing them back, not making them comfortable by any stretch of the imagination.
30 seconds
And it's
left.
really looking like Envy are going to take this now, 11-3. Like, there's no door open here. And even though the recon bolt goes in, Inspire finds one.
Spike down. B.
Yeah, this looks
One enemy
about as
remaining.
certain as it can be with the follow-up. Stelli gonna try and set up in this bonus to be able to get the ball rolling somewhere. Full rifle buy. No mid presence from Envy here. Just have Ion watching close with this judge in case of emergency.
And it looks like the call being made from Stellae was, hey, let's just play this slow. Let's set up our trap again, wait for them to push into us, and Envy just feel aware of it, right? Like, this is just so patient from them, and they find their opportunities, almost
30
finding
seconds
Zora right
left.
off the bat.
Yeah, Tisora down to just a crumb of health, and he's got to try and distract the rest of his stack. Tisor's got to make it over to where the push is going on. There's just too much util in the way for just Natsu and SW to push forward, and Ion will still get a pick with this judge before getting fragged back upon. And still, Envy step onto it, Inspire in front of it, and won't
Wow.
get punished. Now the rest of Envy makes their way forward with 10 seconds to
10
go.
seconds
They cannot stall. They have to fight. And Siduzor pokes a barrel out. Kane Zera popping with the Outlaw. And now they rush in with the help of that stun. It's another crowd clearing that will take Envy to 12-3 unless Tisora has something to say about it. Poppin could just hold this, right? Yep.
Oh, no way.
And yet, still so much potential to string together harder if they need to. Envy are ready to play for the long haul, ready to take this to bind.
Trigger.
Stelli might already be as well.
Ooh.
Inspire. Saturate doesn't hit him till he gets two.
No more.
And Envy can once again get in front of the problem, inch ever closer, and start shooting in their faces. Yeah, have fun with it, Kane.
Oh my goodness. Still finds the kill too. In the midst of all of that, and yeah, Inspire's standing up now. Oh boy. Yeah, there we go. So very excited to kind of see how this one is going to be playing out, and I think the ball is going to be in Stellae Gaming's court. Obviously bringing a very util heavy focused composition. I like some of the materials that they're bringing here, especially the double sentinels. I think Zora still has a lot to set up the rest of the team with. It's just whether or not they're going to be able to stop that bulldozer that is known as Envy. And once again, both these teams walking in with a 100% map win rate for this specific map. So both of these bulls are going to be clashing against each other really intensively.
Yeah, we're gonna see some big beam clashes this game for sure. Both teams fighting for their lives, for that step into the playoffs. One of the last spots to try to gain that entry into VCT. Envy has circled the boat, taken over lamps. Stellae is satisfied with their spacing on the spike. Perhaps they shouldn't be. Siduzor is taking the long road to short, but by that point, Envy has cleared the rest of the team. 1v5, let's go Sidu, Okay. Wow, so Extra's already like halfway to a dimensional drift. So that's a really great pistol.
Yeah, finding a 4K to start us out. I mean, we saw what Extra can do alone on the Duelist on map number 1, who really, that was Extra trying to drag them across Abyss, but not able to do so. So I'm assuming we're going to be seeing a lot of crazy gunplay coming out from this Yulri.
Yeah, already trying to set up the trap on the potential stack for the TP. They'll just TP right back as Stellae let the stack fly, and yeah, could have gone a couple ways. That's how most of them look. That's a fun, hey, you know, get a little tunnel set up with those 3 smokes. I see the vision. Oh, here they walk. Poppin considering, but yeah, instead it'll be the double flash. That's beautiful swinging from Poppin.
One enemy remaining.
Whew.
30 seconds left.
Demolished on the front door.
Yeah, I think that's certified yikes. Not being
Yeah.
able to find anything on that. Like, all of the X's on the map are just in that one concentrated area just by long. And it's so interesting too, because when you look statistically
10 seconds
at
left.
how these teams play this map, they both prefer the attacking side And I'm going to be honest with you, these first 3 rounds, even though it is only the first 3, have been extremely decisive towards Envy.
Really questioning when he chooses to approach on top of his flash because he knows there's so much of a bank that he's kind of dipping into. He knows how risky it is to kind of just jump into that damage pool himself. Tough timing game that you have to play, and so you'll see more often than not Zanatsu's going to go for poking at first and let T-Sora try and enable him. 4th time's the charm here for Eggster, as the outlaw outside of the TP will finally find somebody hanging around, loitering in the bathroom.
I also just want to point out, in these last 3 rounds, Stellae Gaming have only found a single kill.
Yeah.
Like, wow, the odds... Once again, I know it's just been 3 rounds, but it is such a hard mental game as well. Just understanding how dominantly Envy have been putting on this showcase against them.
Yeah, if they can keep the record up here, especially against Zanatsu's rifle. Easy punish incoming with the toxic screen on top of the stack. They'll make noise before they go in, so it'll be red. You can just start spraying. Gravnet tossed out on close range to see if anybody's holding down with something ratty. Oh, it might have just bounced, in fact. T-Sora.
Oh, no.
What?
One enemy remaining.
And we're locked out again. Good God. I gotta see that collat.
We just don't have to do that because of how the team is playing. Stellae Gaming, once again, like you said, they're 5 steps back as well. They're hanging out in the back line, waiting for Envy to aggress, but no one is there, and so they burn all that time, and then when it actually comes down to the engagement, they're down time and down resources to try and push through.
Well, they'll toss a little bit of a grab net here to try and get a trap going, but Kane is mobile, active, and locked. 2 now for that Clove, that unconventional pick. He pointed out yet again. But since Kane has been on the Brimstone up until this point, it feels a bit like more of a fluid pivot, especially considering that Kane has been on that confident Clove before on other maps, switching out with Ion every once in a while. Guy will catch this insert lurk onto Ion, and it's good for Stellae to start conditioning that now better than later. And yet still, we're just poking and prodding on the openers, and you have no proper way in now that you've lost your Fade and your Yoru. Like, you have no decent way in other than an Arc Rose, and that's already gone, so you gotta play the waiting game here.
Yeah, it's looking really tough, and on top of that too, Poppin, I was just about to say, unless he gets cleared, it's gonna look even more difficult. We do have a couple of smokes here, and we'll be able to zone things out, but Kane's not done.
Yeah, now you can really just start stepping into it. And after that last smattering on Sunset, it appears that Envy do not want to let go.
Kane's era, once again, we've talked about this Clove pick. Yeah, it's kind of interesting here. But with how Kane is finally lit up, how the confidence is finally coming through, is able to walk away with a couple of kills there alongside Eggster. So this time around, it's going to be going through. Ion going down. Stellae have a real opportunity.
It's a good decoy by Zanatsu to body block and negate a lot of the damage done, but still, Barebones by in a tough damage pool. Plus, Spike is a little delayed. Luckily, Zanatsu has an extra gate crash in the pocket to speed run that, but a dimensional drift by Eggster. Again, these ultimates feel seismic, game shifting, round ending, and you can still flash from inside it. Yeah, Eggster can just play as that resident sentinel. Great TP by Zanatsu to find that extra prong, and so it'll reset Eggster as well. Envy do it all over again, but they have the stack, they have the players, and they have the heal to let Eggster go for round 2 with that extra health in the tank. Inspire can spray onto Guy. Again, the bullet tracing is enormous, and so it's on Zanatsu to get the ace to save face. Will he? No! Inspire has enough of the lineup after Poppin gives his body to the problem, and Envy have more than enough money to carry 6 rounds strong into another bye.
Once again, like, all it takes is just Envy ready to pop on them. This time, though, Stellae Gaming, that's going to be 3 ultimates online. My eyes are going to be on the Annihilation from T-Sora. Has to be huge to be able to win this round.
It's found Ion. It seems like they're really trying to trap it. No, they'll go for the orbital strike on top of the grab net. That will be the first frag going Stellae's way. And they've got to amp up the gas from here, but the stack is ready for him. Envy, Poppin and Inspire have their cubbies and the refrags. Poppin from the dart and gets 3! And hasn't even used the birds yet. Now he has. Dog to confirm Seeduzoic's position. Inspire pokes out, instantly defeated. Maybe take another second here. Seeduzord has the nightfall now and catches Eggster, who's just gonna stick the sight line down. Seeduzord pops out, grants the intel. Eggster, the decay is fading. The chances are waning. Seeduzord will re-up on intel. Haunt, and Eggster continues to stick it until the poke out. Seeduzord Searching, finding the swing. Extra still wins it. And it grows exponentially as Envy keep this streak going. It feels inevitable. It feels unstoppable. It feels just like Envy want to dictate. Exter is 10-1.
That's crazy. Oh, two-dimensional drifts as well. Kind of unbelievable. But at this point, a couple of ultimates on the side of Stellae. Still available. Sorry, just the Annihilation available. A couple of ultimates on the side of Envy, but they're going in.
So ballsy from Kane, but there's a reason for that. He's got the not dead yet, and now alone after Kane's era TP's out. Or extra TP's out, excuse me. That should be an easy finish, but Inspire sprays down the stack through the cage and makes it so easy for Envy in the end. Another absolute smattering on sight.
Envy are somehow able to stay hyper-focused on the people they need to kill, while Stelli Gaming getting lost with option paralysis on everything that's kind of going on the site.
Poison's off.
So frozen. And a lot of that is starting to become fear. Stellae, another forced breakout. Kane's era just setting up the smoke, just setting up himself with the shorty. Zanatsu, again, swarm and deal with the immediate threat. Sorry, Kane. Better luck next time. And you know he'll go for it next time. And you're crunched up in the lamps on top of this.
No.
Gordon and Poppin gets two with the shorty iron on the reset, gets two from the other side. And no matter what you try, it just never feels like enough.
Down to this 2v3. Of course, it would be on a save where we're potentially seeing this kind of flip around here. But Exter still is on A. It has been shooting so crisply. Does back off, though, as, well, who else but Kane's era is now going to potentially rotate around. This still feels like, even though we might see Stellae get that spike down, it should be a snuff out from Envy when they decide to move in.
Yeah, again, they can take their sweet time with this. Everybody watching, very, very back, satisfied with just holding on to this CT spot.
30 seconds left.
Ion has already deactivated the pit. And so, Stellae, again, they feel that fear, that ever-present danger. And see Zord steps.
Oh, jeez.
Almost into the sun, but it's Kane's era. That'll be the first to step in. Exter does have a flash in the bank. Does he use it here? No, contact, dead. CD Zord holds it down with that Sheriff. One more? It's gotta be. Or it's still nothing for Stellae. Sees to decay, trap, Ion, making so much noise. He traps him into the swing and deals most of the damage there. He's playing with his heart, even in such a dangerous position.
Oh,
and
no.
Ion, there's no way he's holding this. No!
Oh, no!
At the very last second after the jump. Envy, keep it stable, keep the party going.
Go for that full buy up. We're going to be seeing that operator in Zanatsu's hand, but it gets closer and closer to their elimination. Exter spotting someone out and was like, oh boy, but that's just going to be good info.
I don't think he knows if they know if he made it through because of how the timing on the blind was, but yeah, after that dog was thrown, there's got to be some inclination. Now the TP. Exter just tossing some variables into the mix early on here, and we'll reset. Poppins loved it here, and Zanatsu is alone. Very much so. Not again.
Oh no.
This is so close, dude. What?
And meanwhile, it does look like the rest of Stelli are getting set up to push in onto A, but it's Kane's era just on the other side. And that could be deadly.
Gotta feel simultaneous here. Poppin just gets those every time. All they have is A. Yeet. Nice first stack. Kane's has been netted. Exter is back, and Exter is fragging on the site. Fearless for the rest of the team to get their way on, and now the Dimensional Drift dancing around the members of Stellae. Poppin back as well. The whole crowd is here, and the whole of Stellae is bamboozled. Yeah. Poppin with 4. And Envy. Could this really be happening?
They are simply floundering right now under this pressure, and they are staring at going home to the home crowd. In just a simple 2 rounds, there's still 1 to get onto the board, to at least give them a hope, but it's very quickly slipping away from them.
And Inspire. I mean, he already shushed the crowd. What is he gonna do after this game if they end up winning it? certainly silence thus far. Still work to do. Stelli creeping up. TP from Kane Zera. That boy is fearless. Poppin', coming out with the bird. Almost an easy two-piece, but Zord can stabilize. Kane still this ever-present threat with the TP, so Tisora has to have his back turned. And Stellae have to have their resources split onto a site that's been fully stacked by Envy. They know it so well. Nightfall on should get all the tracking they need. Eggster still gets one on the way down. Now it's Inspire's turn to swing with Ion's help, and they clear house again! It is just perfect! A load of damage is done on the way down. Stellae still down. Overall, but a 4v4. Let's Envy reset. They've taken over the site from short, though, and they're going to try and go for the crunch onto the showers. He explodes out, but the rest of Envy has taken course. And SW has to clutch up a 1v2 with just one smoke in the tank after all is said and done. And the bird has caught him in the back. Envy's 2-stack is confident as ever as they rotate through the TP and force SW to make even more key decisions in his retake.
Yeah, Spike will go down nice and easy. Single smoke left, single smoke goes down here. Just a little bit of overgrowth for Poppin, but at this point, that is going to be not important. It's all up to SW. 1v2, entering in through hookah. Some members of Envy are grouped up too.
Ion fully healed up. Comfortable in the open as the smoke drops away. Back to the hall to let Poppin take the long road up the elbow, and SW doing the rest of the manual clearing, giving away the noise. Is it just Poppin? No. Misses that head top, and SW is quick to Ion first.
Nice try, kid.
Could they get on the board here? Poppin, waiting, wondering, leaving him to guess. SW will stick to half without taking a bit of damage, and he's just gonna use his head swing to hold the rest of the way, but Poppin gets him at the very last second. Stellae is found slaughtered in their own home.